British Terabithia turns 19 years old. Well, technically it's 20 years old because the movie was filmed in February of 2006. So what you're going to be seeing is of all the actors, how they looked 20 years ago. But for the sake of it being released, it's 19 years ago. And for this year's anniversary video, I want to talk about my favorite scenes of the entire movie. Now, I pretty much love all the scenes in this movie, but to narrow it down, I'm going to be choosing 4 scenes I think are the most important of the entire movie to talk about, that I haven't really talked about already. And I'm going to go in chronological order, so the first scene is like what you normally watch normally. I'm not going to skip around because that'll be too confusing. So, without further ado, what's the first scene we'll be talking about?
Those drawings you made. You really seen all those things yourself?
No, but...
The first thing I have is actually when both Jess and Leslie become friends and actually run to the forest and discover Terabithia. I absolutely love this scene, as, when I first watched this movie, I was like, this is a fine movie. It's a fun, cute little movie about friendship, but when Leslie punched Jess in the arm and she smiled, they both laughed about it, that's when I realized this movie was special, because that is such a wholesome, innocent moment that in most of the movies it gets cut out of the thing, like it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't matter in the story, but that's why I love this movie so much. It has a lot of little tiny moments that really make this movie really special. And that was the first one. That's when I first fell in love with this movie. Like when Leslie did that, when she did that, I was like, something sparked me. I don't know how to describe it, but like something sparked to me, and that just really made me fall in love with this movie. Also, the rest of the scene is actually really good as well when they actually discover the rope and they swing across it, or like how just swing, on it back and forth. It's a really wholesome moment, even though it has a lot of dark implications. That's why I also love it as well, because like the scene actually has a lot of darker implications, but on face value, it's a very wholesome scene of just 2 kids swinging on a rope. I mean, if you know, you know. Which, if you're watching this video, I hope you know what happens in this movie. But, yeah, it's a really wholesome scene overall.
Oh, hi! Look at you!
That is your very own certified purebred giant troll hunter.
He's for me.
Yeah, and he just took a giant pee all over my sweatshirt.
Wow, Jess. Thank you.
The second scene I have here is a little later in the movie, and that's when Jess gives Leslie PT. And the reason why I have this as like my second, or sorry, why I'm covering here, is because I love the symbolism. Because yes, in the book, this also happens as well. Jess gives Leslie, PT. But the difference in the book is more to represent their friendship. But in the movie, what the movie does is that that's also the case as well. But PT is used as an actual character. Like PT, the dog, is a character as much as Jess and Leslie are characters as well. Because the movie spares no time showing you why PT is important to Terabithia. He's the troll hunter catcher, but he sniffs out the giant trolls that they're trying to catch. And you immediately see that in action with a really well done, silly enough scene that isn't that silly. Like this scene is very, very silly. I think it is the most silly scene in the movie, where PT is like getting moss out of the giant's foot, and it shows how well PT is, because he isn't just the cute dog that you're supposed to look at. Because a lot of stories that have, here's a cute animal you're supposed to look at for merchandise, but no, the movie goes out of its way to show you why PT is so special in the movie, why Leslie does bring him, like why do they need a dog in Terabithia? Well, he hunts trolls. It's a really creative way to just bring an animal along and actually has a purpose in the story.
See ya!
Yeah, see ya!
The third scene is the climactic battle at the end, where Jess and Leslie are getting Jess's dad's keys, and I really love this entire action sequence, as this is the most action you're gonna get in the movie, which it's pretty well done for limitations of having child actors fighting. I know in most movies they don't really have child actors fighting, but they did a good job at making it believable enough where they could actually fight these imaginary creatures. And so the entire sequence is very, very fun, and obviously does lead into their last goodbye in the rain. I think that's one of the most haunting scenes this entire movie, as you know, because this is the last time the two are ever going to see each other again, and the last time we're going to see Leslie in the movie. And I think it does her character justice, having her smile and wave to Jess in the rain as she happily just runs back to her home is how Leslie is. Like, that's why this is the last time we see her alive. Like, last time we see her is technically in pictures, but seeing her alive in this capacity, not seeing her in like a coffin, you know, that's, you know, it's much well deserved. Like, because the people in this movie wanting to see Leslie as her as alive, and having this entire action sequence, having an entire battle, and their last goodbye being last time we see her is a really good way to set up her character.
What's going on?
Your friend Leslie's dead. She drowned in a creek this morning. Apparently she tried to swing across on a rope and it broke. They think she hit her head.
The final thing I want to talk about is, of course, Leslie's death and the reveal of Leslie's death, because the scene is so just like realistic. Because imagine just coming home and your parents or your significant other just tells you really bad news. That is the most realistic way that this could work. The way that the movie eases you into this news, even though when I first watched the movie, I knew that Leslie was dead. Like, I kind of figured this would be the reveal. But even then, if, like, regardless of you know or not, it's really well told how it slowly gets revealed about the sort of thing. How, like, Jess's sister was like, oh, I thought you were dead. Then Jess having, like, this knee-jerk reaction, like, dead? Like, he's so confused by this. I think Jess's dad saying one of the most famous lines in the movie, "Your friend Leslie's dead," and I absolutely love that line. Even though it's gonna live forever, like haunt me forever in my mind, anyone who's watched the movie could agree with that. You know, because having the father figure say that is similar to Vader in Star Wars telling Luke that I'm your father. Like, it's the same sort of set, but the way that it's set is intentional. Because in the book, that's not how it went. Like, in the book, Leslie's death is very blunt. Like, Jess walks through the door and his mom's like, that Burke girl's dead in the creek or something like that. It's very, very blunt. But in the movie, it is built up like an actual scene, actually has the emotional weight it deserves. And what follows for the rest of the movie is the most haunting scenes that you'll ever really see. I'm only including the first, and I could technically change the entire section of the entire rest of the movie. No. I'm only talking about the initial scene, like when Jess first reacts to it. That's what I'm mostly talking about, you know, because the rest of the movie is great as well. I could talk about the end of the movie forever, and how impactful and emotional it is, but at the same time, I'm just going to limit it to just the initial scene, as that is so heartbreaking and realistic of just the initial shock of it all. So those are the 4 scenes that I think represent the movie very, very well. And like I said at the beginning, I'm only covering those 4 scenes, as I can talk about other scenes for hours, but I'm not going to do that because I don't have hours of my life to edit this video. So I'm going to make a very simple video of me talking about my 4 favorite scenes that are also very important to the movie as well. You know, arguably, I don't think I actually missed out on anything that wasn't that important. You know what I mean? Like, all 4 scenes I covered are very, very important to the movie, that actually are important to the actual plot and character beats. So, what are your favorite scenes in the movie? Did I already cover them? Comment down below, because I think you can make an argument of any scene being the best scene in the movie. You make the argument. So, I'm here. If you guys enjoy, hit the like button and subscribe. I'm gonna go now. So, goodbye, everyone.